Okay, as you see here, this is part one of a two-part lesson. You have part one on Friday, and then the second part will be the coming Monday about the Vietnam War because there's many, many different aspects to it. Now, your goal for this time is explain how and why the United States became involved because there was conflict going on there even back before and during World War II. Um, the conversation between communism and non-communism. So here's a timeline that explains a few things to you. In 1954, the French, who had been there controlling it, that's what they used to call it, French Indochina, they they got beat at a battle at a place called Dien Bien Phu, and so they left. And we started to get involved there because of that whole idea of the domino theory, stopping countries from becoming communist. And then we got more involved in the early and mid 60s with some things that were happening, like this ship of ours that got hurt at one of their Gulf areas there along the shore. Then in 1969, the draft begins. And remember, a draft is when the young men had to sign up. And if their number got called, you may have done the simulation for this, then you had to go serve. And you can see the other events talking about the winding down when the U.S. involvement was pulled out, and then when South Vietnam actually fell to North Vietnam. So, some of the things you're going to do to learn about this stuff for the reflections, quiz survey is just look at this map that shows you North and South Vietnam. North communist, South not communist. You can see the red line that shows you how the communists got their fighters and their supplies to fight into South Vietnam. They would come over into Laos and Cambodia because, technically speaking, we weren't doing a whole lot of fighting against them there. They would kind of like sneak in, call it. So that's what this map is showing, how the fighting was in South Vietnam. And then you're going to watch this brain pop. Again, look at the questions, watch the video, answer them. Then you're going to analyze this political cartoon where you have Uncle Sam, you know what he stands for, in the middle of these dominoes, get it? Domino theory, with the names of these countries that have all fallen to or might fall to communism. Then your reflection survey, and again, it has the map and it has another version of this domino theory thing. But you make sure you do the reflection survey, and then you have an optional activity and the second optional activity. So make sure after you do the survey, after you do the activities, you turn in the whole thing.